line for Senegal.
Nicely done by Sarr. In towards Jeju. Almost fell for Sarr again, and he's making the point he wanted it back.
Yeah, Miguel did well, actually. Jeju was waiting and waiting. He can't wait because the defender will step in just like Miguel did.
Diatta and Gay. Mendy back for Diallo. Jeju once again the target. Mendy emerges with the ball. Had a fair few options there, but gave Diatta a fair bit to do, which he did in style. In from Jacobs. Not for the first time, well defended by Huhi.
Set off in this game better at defending balls into the box. Qatar, they've obviously done a lot of work, a lot of conversations about what they need to do better.
Boulaïdia dispossessed. Qatar try and launch an attack of their own, but it's straight back for Senegal. Mendy taken out, but advantage played. Sabali kept nicely quiet by Modibo.
They've been patient, Senegal, moving the ball across the pitch. I think physically they've got the upper hand at the moment in terms of individual duels.
Mendy, Sabali, Saganake just given a little too much to do.
Yeah, Senegal just need to try not to be too predictable. When you've got a lot of players in front of the ball, then it can become predictable. So those sort of runs from Gay or from Mendy in behind the forward players will add value to what they're doing.
Aliou Cissé knows exactly what his side are experiencing, having made 4 appearances at the 2002 World Cup. Indeed, he captained the side as they shocked holders France. One ball down the middle, and off go Qatar in search of something. Al-Muazzali takes a tumble.
Yeah, if Qatar are going to get anything out of this game, getting Ali and Afif involved in dangerous areas is so important. That he went off on a run there. Koulibaly just make sure he clicked his heels so he couldn't progress.
And Al-Haidous pondering from this set play. Everyone back for Senegal here. In from Afif. Made by Jacobs. Kept alive for Mohamed. It's a really good looking ball over as well. Senegal needed the height and presence of Koulibaly, and Afif flies one too high.
Yeah, he could have taken a touch there. Afif is actually really patient play and build-up play, particularly down that right-hand side. Has to be absolutely spectacular. Leg over there, and that ball in that top corner. He'll be happier that he's more involved in this game than he was in the first.
Yes, the link up between Afif and Ali is so important to this Qatar side.
Completely dominated and controlling the game so far in terms of possession, but not really got themselves in front of goal much.
But here they go now. It had to be dealt with by Basham. Just shepherding it round the post.
It's better. The aim for Senegal is get in behind that back 5 with 1 and 2 touch passes. He was quite lucky there in the end to get the ball across, but Qatar are reacting fast in terms of defending when Senegal do get behind the back line. It's great from Miguel.
busy penalty area awaits. The goalkeeper's come for it and didn't get there. It's one of those moments when you wonder what could have been on another occasion for those in Senegal white.
The goalkeeper decided to come and you've got to reach it, but I have to question the marking. We know how strong Senegal are in the air. They were lucky to survive that. Qatar.
A moment of real danger for Qatar, but also one that was concerning for two players who clashed in the middle. A couple of nasty landings in the midst of all of that, which brings concern for both head coaches.
As you say, a little bit different with the way he set his team up today, more of a 4-4-2. It was a 4-3-3 against the Netherlands, and his full-backs got forward, and obviously the way he's set up today, it's combinations out wide where they're trying to get in behind Qatar, crosses into the box, the players they've got in the box, that any decent cross will end up in a chance on goal.
Seemed to be the landing there for Diallo, which was the main problem for him.
Seemed to land on each other, then banged his head. Diallo just taking the time.
Well, whatever the score, whatever happens in this game, we will have an atmosphere throughout. That is guaranteed. Pedro Miguel, okay to continue. And the first few scary moments of the game, really, for Qatar have passed without damage.
Yeah, you have to say, even though they've not got control of the ball, they've got a good shape about them. They've not got the holes in the defence like they did at the start of the game, their first game, but just need to offer more, an outlet, some sort of threat going forward.
Afif often starts on the left but sort of drifts around, tries to create trouble wherever he goes for opponents. Al-Mwazali.
The problem they've got, Qatar, is when Afif drifts and then Ali goes over, there's nobody in the box for a cross. Not desperate to do well.
Solid sliding challenge which tried to keep Qatar going in the right direction. Now they've got to scurry back to halt the Senegalese attack, led by Bouladia, and a yellow card forthcoming. Ismail Mohamed.
Yeah, no complaints about that for Mohamed. Senegal, first time really seen them counter. Qatar bodies forward, and that's where they're at their best in terms of the pace of the players in those forward and wide areas.
Sabali. Back to Koulibaly. There are a few players out there, incidentally, who are on a yellow card from the first game and would therefore miss the final matches in this group if they were to pick up another caution today. Ismail Mohamed not one of them. Sabali tries to whiz that one across for the combination of Diatta and Jeju.
Qatar competing well. I'm trying to restrict Senegal's chances. Senegal just need to move the ball quicker. If they are going to lull and pass and have some composed possession, then they have to switch it up at some point around the box and the final third.
Just again. play as far as Koulibaly, who fights for it. And the arm was used by Al-Muazzali.
Yeah, I completely misjudged the flight of the ball. Senegal have... Idrissa Gueye's got the ball in the middle. There's basically 6 players along Qatar's back line of Senegal, so they have to move. The movement has to be a lot better when the centre midfielders look up and have a look at what's there.
Jacobs is over the ball, just getting some extra instruction from Idrissa Gueye. It will be in from Jacobs. The back line had to reset, and there was a shove in the middle.
Yeah, it has been a problem defending crosses and set pieces for Qatar, and I think they've approached this game quite pragmatic. They don't want to concede early. They want to try and compete with Senegal and then use any opportunity that they have to get themselves forward, but without taking too many risks at this stage. I think getting through to this point in the first half, they will be quite happy with how it's gone so far.
Senegal actually had 14 shots against the Netherlands, which was 5 more than Louis van Gaal's side. They've already had 4 efforts here today. They were frustrated that the first goal they conceded in that 2-0 defeat came in the 84th minute. It was the Netherlands' first shot on target, the first attempt on target indeed, the header from Cody Gakpo.
I'll have to say probably a couple of rare errors from Mendy as well in goal. Not often see him doing that. Big player for Senegal.
Ismaila Sarr just being hustled and harried by Ahmed. Generally, Senegal getting on with set plays as swiftly as possible. Fired across for Sabali. Sarr is close at hand, as is Mendy. Idrissa Gueye gives it, gets it back! And went for goal with a stinging strike.
Matters into his own hands in terms of 1-2s and combination. That's how you're going to beat a low block. And it actually, like it was curling the wrong side of the post as far as Senegal are concerned. But when he looks up, when those 2 centre midfielders looks up, they have to see that movement. The likes of Dia, Jeju.
I do see Idrissa Gueye further forward for his country than he would play for his club. Certainly down through the years, the likes of PSG and Everton and other sides, we've seen him quite deep. Here he is getting involved, looking to help Sabali through. He felt he was being manhandled a little. The noise is continuous throughout the game.
Senegal not quite as clinical as they could be. Qatar, I think they'll be quite happy with that. They've not really attempted to throw many bodies forward.
Michel Barsham forward to get Hassan on his way. He just sat up for him, but he couldn't then allow it to dip enough to be a real problem for Edouard Mendy.
Yeah, underlapping centre-backs, overloaded. He's right, he did get a touch, didn't it? I think he fancies himself as an attacker. He's got good areas, and he had a reason for complaint with the referee.
Ismaila Sarr is very nearly through. Really good claim by Barsham. He had to start early and stick to his guns.
Yeah, Barsham is so well here. It's important for the back 5 to look behind and the goalkeeper not making silly decisions.
Al-Haydous opens it up for Qatar here. Options wait in the middle. Mohamed. Ali on the swivel, which was read by Idrissa Gana Gueye. From Diallo in towards Jeju, and legs were tangled up a little there by Houhi.
Just doing their best, Qatar, to get rid of the ball when it comes into the box any means possible, as long as it's not in front of their own goal. The criticism was sharp in the first group game and probably deserved, and they've come here making the same mistakes.
Corner is dealt with by Ali, back in defensive mode for Qatar. Sarr, back to Sabali. On from Koulibaly. Mendy and Diallo. Diatta, and it goes towards Jeju, and that wasn't exactly what was intended. It had to be sorted out by Basham, and then the flag is raised in any case.
It's better by Senegal. Combinations on that left-hand side. Cooks. Not a bad shot either. Sabali's been backing up play really well from that right-back position. Obviously not as further forward as a right-back in a 4-3-3, but there to pounce if needed.
Mohamed back to Pedro Miguel. A searching ball which will be collected by Sabali. And he generally does have a cool, calm presence when he plays in the back line for Senegal. Al-Haydous. Ali ahead of him. Mohamed making the run, which is picked up by the captain. Edouard Mendy comes for it. Claims and holds and distributes swiftly towards Sarr, who might be in here. Basham well and truly off limits, and very grateful to grab in the end.
Basham just playing at the edge of his position, but brilliant from Mendy. And this is where Senegal can be absolutely ruthless. It was 2v2 in the end. Failed to deal with it. Hassan, goalkeeper, commits, and then that's great defending, whether he meant it or not. That header back to the goalkeeper.
Foul on Ahmed. The referee's going to go to his pocket here, and it's a yellow card for Boulaye Dia. That's his first of the competition.
A little bit clumsy. Dia.
The biggest problem here for Hamam Ahmed seems to be his wrist rather than any damage further down.
Qatar will not want to lose him, getting himself up and down that left-hand side.
Edouard Mendy, so good at the back at times, but can be crucial to teams going forward with his distribution as well.
He made a couple of mistakes in the the first game against the Netherlands, but that's what he's all about, grabbing the ball from across and then just unleashing a really quick counter and playing to the strength of the Senegal players in those forward positions, because so far in this game, in half hour or so, Qatar have stayed intact as a back five, so it's difficult to find those spaces.
And Felix Sanchez's side have already had as many touches in the opposition's box today as they did in the whole of the opening game against Ecuador. The total stands at 2, shows what little effect they had in that opening match, and the hand and wrist being bandaged, a fair bit of pain being experienced, it would seem.
Qatar spent a lot of time, David, on camp leading up to this World Cup. Didn't really play a lot of quality opposition, and I think you could tell that in the first game, but I think they've found their feet now. That they look like they're enjoying this game a lot more than they did the first game.
Omar Mahmed repaired and ready to go again. Here's Afif. Bit of a heavy touch which almost opened the door for Senegal from Koualem Khoury. Anwar Ali can't control. It's worth pointing out as well that cards do count, in the sense that it's not just a side's ability that can be crucial at a tournament such as this, but in the finals in Russia in 2018, Senegal became the first team ever to be eliminated from the World Cup on the basis of fair play. They tied with Japan on points, goal difference and goals scored, as well as head-to-head. And Japan went through having picked up fewer yellow cards than Senegal by 6-4. You don't want to pull out of challenges that you need to make, but at the same time, you never know when cards might become a problem. Afif. The ball stolen back really nicely there by Madibo. And here's Afif again. Oh, and the challenge was clumsy at best, and is being thought about.
And it's terrific play between Ali and Afif, and he was just waiting for it. He just felt like he was waiting to get absolutely clattered. He didn't take the shot, he just stood across. That's what the referee saw. Just stand across the defender, and then the defender's clumsy. Sarr that's with him would come all the way back, and that's probably why he just tried to get and win the ball when he didn't really need to. You can understand why Afif is not happy, because he was actually really clever with his movement, took that step across Sarr and he fell for it. That step across just meant he got his body in between Sarr and the ball, and Sarr brought him down. The referee obviously doesn't see that.
Sarr was relieved. He'd run back to try and help out defensively and ended up potentially being a problem. Here is Sarr picking up the pieces. They've got options here. Sarr is there. Basham holds on.
Tell you what, Jeju is so unselfish. There's a couple of times now when he should have a shot, but he just chooses to pass. He's trying to play his mates in, and I think just one pass too many in the end there for Senegal.
There was a point a little earlier in the game when Famara Jeju only had 4 touches, which was the fewest of all the players on the field, including the 2 goalkeepers. And often makes an impression without actually touching the ball, just his physical presence, the way he uses his body. Diallo. Under 10 minutes of game time remaining in the first half, but there'll be a fair bit added on, I would suggest, with the bumps and bruises that we've seen in this match so far. Idrissa Kalidou Koulibaly just away from Jeju. Jacobs. Trying to shake off Ali. Qatar's defensive numbers win out in the end. They need a few in an attacking sense now, though. And once again, coolly done by Sabali. Dia. And still, until the whistle stopped that attack in full flow.
Still need to be careful on losses, Qatar. Can't get too carried away. They've kept the back five intact, but then had some joy going forward. You see there, Ali, he's involved. Obviously, Senegal have had control of the ball more, but Ali has got himself in some really good positions, connected well with Afif. Growing in confidence, Qatar.
Al-Haidous just ran into Koulibaly. Karim Hassan took a bit of a chance with Sarr. Barsham's come out. Made a right mess of that for a moment. Still could come back to be costly. Dia just stopped as he looked to try and go forward. Players just deciding to put the ball out of play. Confusion all round, it's fair to say there. I think there may have been an issue with the ball, which is why the players stopped, and that ball has since been whipped away. Sabali back to Mendy. Forward by Mendy. Afif. Al-Haidous. Pedro Miguel. Stroking it around neatly until Idrissa got involved.
Getting a little more of a foothold in the game now, Qatar, getting more confident in terms of their passing. Senegal were on top for a considerable amount of time, but didn't really make the most of it. No real runs in behind. Far too slow in terms of the way that they're passing Qatar's back line.
Diallo. Dia, back to Diallo. Fired in towards Jeju, and it breaks free! And the opportunity is seized upon. Boulaye Dia! And if it were possible, the noise level rises even further inside the Al Tumama Stadium. Senegal click into gear at the World Cup finals, leaving Qatar's players with plenty to ponder and much to do.
Again, another mistake. In terms of the decision making on Qatar, they've done okay, but you've got players, the likes of Sarr on the opposition team, didn't really look like it was causing a problem, and then he just could not get rid of the ball. Rookie got the ball stuck under his feet, and that was enough for Sarr to react. He did absolutely brilliant. Superb finish.
Relief as much as celebration after opening day defeats. And Senegal, who have tried to make their possession turn into reward, have done so with half-time fast approaching.
Senegal just commit bodies forward. You cannot make mistakes like that at the back. There's a number of players waiting on the edge of the area. He was the first to react to that mistake. Cookie. And they'll think themselves unlucky. Qatar is still talking about that Afif, but it was a penalty. It did look a penalty to me. Fine margins in a game as tight as this.
He and his teammates have to put that behind them now and dig in as this game progresses. Away by Houhi. Diallo. Koulibaly to Sabali. Jeju, and the flag is raised.
It's amazing what a goal does for teams. Senegal look a lot more confident. Just one mistake when you're right on the edge of your defending. It's a shame for Qatar because they were actually done really well. Got a foothold in the game, got themselves going forward, should have had a penalty. You cannot afford to make mistakes like that against a team like Senegal.
He has now scored 4 goals, Boulaye Dia, for Senegal. All of them have come in the first halves of matches. Another injury break here, Pedro Miguel. The man to feel the pain on this occasion.
It was just run into, wasn't it? Hamid, both of them looking at the ball. The worst kind. Your own players. Right at the last minute, Miguel sees his teammate flying into him. Couldn't get out of the way.
A lot of pain which could have been avoided with a name. They always say, shout.
We probably couldn't hear though, David, that's the thing. The noise in here is absolutely incredible, so they probably can't hear each other shout. Just got it all wrong, didn't it? And the first to react was Dia. Terrific finish.
Well, Mkouki just couldn't quite stretch enough to get a proper clearance, a proper contact. But there's a proper party on here at the moment. In fairness, it's a party that's been in full swing, even at 0-0, even with no minutes played. We're going to have a minimum of 7 additional minutes at the end of this first half. Koulibaly taking a bit of a risk with Al-Muezzali. Afif neatly brought down. Needs someone to play with now.
Such a good player, Afif. Just a shame Qatar can't get him involved enough. Every time it comes to him, something happens.
Nicely done, Pedro Miguel, who's clearly recovered sufficiently from that coming together. Although he's now holding his face. Diatta. Not quite into the path of Boulaye Dia. Nor that to Afif. Sabali was taken out there. Yellow card is coming out for Ahmed.
That was a really late one. Ahmed committed to make the challenge. Sabali, just after he released the ball, just took him out. Absolutely no complaints about a yellow card.
Koulibaly for Dia. One for Afif to chase. Diallo, though, backing up Koulibaly. Taking the game to Afif. Sabali. Sarr on the run, and he might well get there. Ahmed went with him. Basham happy to collect. Ali. Mohamed. Madibo. Boudiaf. Knew that Afif was loitering on this side. He does manage to squeeze it through. Koulibaly, though, closes the door.
Yeah, lots of turnovers of possession the last couple of minutes. A little bit end-to-end more open. Qatar to themselves and progress the ball up the pitch, and again Afif is involved.
Afif's corner. Seen away with ease. Still a couple of minutes left from the additional time for the hosts to make a difference to proceedings here.
And they'll still feel they're in it, Qatar. They'll still feel that they can hurt Senegal. It's just making the right passes and also decision making at the back. It has to be absolutely perfect for the rest of the game.
Jai's after this one. Basham just ushered it to a colleague. And they've played their way out of trouble well in the end. Ali is after that, so is Mendy. Made the decision very early to come and collect.
A great starting position from Mendy. Just tracking from goalkeeper, tracking the movements of Qatar forwards and tracked Ali's movement.
Mendy once again. Hassan into Madibo. Koulibaly for Sabali. Picked up by Sarr. Chance for a Afif here. Koulibaly making sure he can't make headway.
Senegal take a chance because they leave this two centre-backs quite exposed really because they're comfortable defending 1v1, but it's given Afif a chance to just drift out wide left in between Sabali and Koulibaly, finding some space.
From Dia. He's the goal scorer again. Diallo gets involved. That's the end of a first half which has been a noisy affair, a tight affair, but it is Senegal who go into the interval in the lead. It was a Qatar mistake that opened the door for them, but Boulaye Dia accepted the gift with glee, firing low and hard. And as a result,
የአፍሪካ ሻምፒዮኗ ሴኔጋል በዓለም ዋንጫው የመጀመሪያ ግቧን አስቆጥራለች። በሁለተኛ ዓለም ዋንጫ ባስቆጠራት ግብም ያዘጋጇ ኳታርን 1-0 እየመራች ወደ ረፍት ገብተዋል ሁለቱ ብሔራዊ ቡድኖች። ስንመለስ በቀጥታ የኳታርና የሴኔጋልን የመጀመሪያ ጨዋታ አጋማሽ በትንታኔ የምንመለከተው ይሆናል። ኤልመዲን መሐመድ እንደዚሁም ሰለሞን አባቡ በትንታኔው ጋር እዚህ ስቱዲዮ ይገኛሉ። አብራችሁን ቆዩ። ይህንን የዓለም ዋንጫ የኢትዮጵያ ብሮድካስቲንግ ኮርፖሬሽን በኢቲቪ መዝናኛ ቻናል ወደናንተ እንዲያደርስ አጋር የሆኑ ዋነኛ አካላት ተቋማት አሉ። የኢትዮጵያ ንግድ ባንክ፣ የኢትዮጵያ ቱሪዝም ሚኒስቴር፣ ኢትዮ ቴሌኮም፣ የኢትዮጵያ ልማት ባንክና ጊፍት ሪል ስቴት ደግሞ ዋነኛ አጋሮቻችን ናቸው። እናመሰግናለን። ከመልእክቶች ስንመለስ በትንታኔው እንገናኛለን።
አነስተኛ ነው።
ቀላል ውሎን ለማሳለፍ እንዲሁም የተቀላጠፈ ኑሮን ለመምራት የኢትዮጵያ ንግድ ባንክ የሞባይል መተግበሪያን አሁኑኑ ይጫኑ። የኢትዮጵያ ንግድ ባንክ ሁሌም የሚተማመኑበት ባንክ።
የኩሊት ንግዴን አሻሽዬ ህይወቴን ለመቀየር ከማን ልበደር?
ነዳጅ ለመቅዳት ብር ጎደለ ምን ተሻለ?
አነሰ በዛ ሳልል ከደሞዜ ቆጥቤ ትምርቴን እንዴት ላሻሽል?
ችግርና አቅልሎ ህይወት የሚቀይር አዲስ የዲጂታል ፋይናንስ አገልግሎት በቴሌብር። ቴሌብር መላ የገንዘብ ክፍተትን በክብር የሚሞላ ያለምንም መያዣ የሚያበድር አስተማማኝ መላ። ቴሌብር እንደ ኪሴ ግብይት ላይ እንዳሉ በቂ ገንዘብ ካልያዙ ምንም ሳይጨነቁ የሚፈልጉትን ያዛሉ። የጎደሎትን ብር በቴሌብር እንደ ኪሴ ይከፍላሉ። ቴሌብር ሳንዱቅ ጠብታ ውሃ በርሜል ይሞላል። በቴሌብር ሳንዱቅ በወለድና ያለወለድ ከአንድ ብር ጀምሮ በየዕለቱ መቆጠብ ይቻላል። ቴሌብር መላ
ክፍተት የሚሞላ
ቴሌብር እንደ ኪሴ
የግብይት ዋሴ
ቴሌብር ሳንዱቅ
ውጥን የሚያደምቅ
ፋይናንስ አገልግሎት ለሁሉም ኢትዮ ቴሌኮም።
የልማት ሐሳብ ጥንስስ ተባስቶ ተፈትሎ ከግቡ ሲደርስ እኛ ቀደምት የኢኮኖሚ አነቃቂ ኃይል ነበር። ተጠምደው ሲያርሱ ዘርተው ሲያጭዱ የማሳው ፍሬ ሰምሮ ጎተራው ሲሞላ ምርኩዝ ሆነናል። የጥበበኞች ብዕር ከወረቀቱ ሲያርፍ እጃውሰን ሂሩት አባቷ ማን ነው ብለን ከጥያቄዎቻቸው መልስ ጋር ያስታረቅን ችግር ፈቺዎች በእሳት ወላፈን ተፈትኖ ቅርጹን እንደያዘ ብረት ሐሳብ ተጋርተን መንገድ መርተን የሀገርን ልማት አንጸን ለትውልድ ያሻገርን ባለአሻራዎች በዓለም አደባባይ ሀገራችንን የወከለ ቦንድ አትመን በራስ አቅም በተባበረ ጉልበት ውሃን ወደ መብራት ያሻገርን የዘመን ችግር ፈቺ ድልድዮች ያልታዩ ገጾችን ገልጠን ልዩ ተሰጥኦን አፍክተን አዳዲስ ሐሳብ አዳብረን አብረን ለማደግ በጋራ ምንሰራ ከኢንዱስትሪ ግንባታ እስከ ምርት አቅርቦት ሀገር የሚገነቡ ባለ ራዕዮች ደጀን ሲሹ አብነቶች ከግዙፍ ኢኮኖሚ በስተጀርባ ስማችንን በደማቅ ቀለማት አትመን የብዙዎችን ሕይወት ለዘመናት ያቀና ባለ ብርቱ እጆች ከአንድ ክፍለ ዘመን በላይ የልማት አገልጋይ የኢትዮጵያ ልማት ባንክ የልማት አጋር
የቀድሞ ዘመን እሳቤ ልቀት የጥረታቸው ውጤት ፍለጋ ስራ ሲሰራ ተቀርጾ ይታያል በመኖሪያቸው የጥበባቸው ጥግ አሻራ ከጥንቱ በተረዳነው ባወቅነው ዘመነኛውን ጨምረን መሰረታዊ ተቋማትን በአንድ ጥላ ስር አካተን ተቀናጅተን ባካበትነው ልምድ ማህበረሰብን እንገነባለን። ጊፍት ሪል ስቴት